What up, what up, what up? Welcome to another episode of Manifesting Stardom. Thank y'all for tuning in. I know my attire is slightly different because I'm actually headed to church. And so it's Sunday and I'm headed to church. And I just wanted to make sure I get this episode in. Of course, I did my prayer, my morning devotions, and I'm speaking really low because I don't know, I'm getting better, but I just feel like the louder I speak, the more scratchiness my throat becomes. But I want to talk about today being protecting the vision. As you know, this is Manifesting Stardom. This is the journey, my journey to being the biggest star in the world. This story, me documenting my journey will help another artist, another entrepreneur, another believer, another man, somebody that just has dreams and just wants to do everything in their power to make their dreams come true. Or you just want to watch my journey because you really believe in me. And you're like, how did Jamai make it to be the biggest star in the world? But yeah, so today's devotions, it was actually scriptured from Nehemiah chapters 4, 6 through 14. And it talked about how Nehemiah, Jerusalem was building a wall. And so the enemies were trying to distract them from building their wall because the wall had cracks in it in the city. And so they had to basically prepare to finish building their wall but also defend themselves. And so it says Nehemiah built with a sword in one hand and with tools in the other, because vision requires protection. Not everyone deserves access while you're building. And so that message for me is so important, and it's not even always external. Sometimes it's us, it's our insecurities, it's our minds, that we have to protect our vision. If you're an entrepreneur, if you're an artist, if you're creative, we already are living in a society that celebrates you after you've already become. They celebrate you after when you're winning. But nobody supports the vision because society is not structured to support entrepreneurs or dreamers or people that are desiring really big things, like to be a 1% person, to be a really wealthy person or a really successful or a person of influence. It's only a few of us. It's only a few of us that are capable, that are willing, that will allow our minds to think that big. And so we come against so much like swimming upstream because we live in a society that doesn't support that. We live in a society that only supports it once you make it. And so a lot of times that conditioning has happened so much for us that we're grappling with it constantly within ourselves, because I know what I see, I know my passion, I know my vision, and that's a blessing to even know it. But then you've been raised in a society that's go to college, have a plan B, you're too old, you have to have it done by this time, you need a savings, you need a this, you need a that. That is how society works. But when you're an entrepreneur, when you're an artist, when you're creative, when you want to start something from the ground up, when you're a trailblazer, that stuff does not apply to you. However, if your vision is not producing the results just yet, you and other people will look at you like, well, that's because you should have went to college. That's because you should have a savings. That's because you should have picked a plan B. That's because da-da-da-da-da-da. Get you a good job with some benefits, you know what I'm saying? But you have to protect the vision. You have to understand that what God placed in you, your gift, your talent, your vision, is meant for you. It's going to happen. And so I protect my vision by making sure I get up in the morning. I try to get up at 4:30 to do my prayer, to do my practice piano, practice guitar, record, dance, perform, pray, stretch. Like, those things are breakfast. Those things are non-negotiable things for me, not only because from a business perspective, but from an identity perspective. I practice piano every day because I'm a pianist. I record music every day because I'm a recording artist. Now, the song I'm recording might not be producing my income right now. The piano practice I'm practicing may not be paying me right now, but it's more than paying me. It's about my identity. And so a lot of times when you're faced with bills, when you're faced with life hitting you, you're prone to be like, I need to focus on what's making the money. I need to I need to go down to Amazon, and I need to go back to school. No, but I'm doing this because this is my identity. I'm not doing this because I am going to make money doing it eventually, but that's what the apprenticeship is for. And you will always need to get better. There will never be a time where I'll be so good as a pianist that I'll never have to practice. There'll never be a time that I'm so good as an artist, a singer, a songwriter that I'll never have to sing or songwrite to hone my craft. Singers sing, whether it's making money for you or not. Pianists play piano. Guitarists play guitar, whether it's making the money or not. So what is your identity? Protect the vision. Now, of course, being a business person, you got to try to figure out what you can do to make money, what you can do to get your music out there, what you can do to bring that vision forward. And that's why I have my business. I do singing telegrams. You know what I'm saying? That's the business that is in aligned with my vision, but it's not the end goal, but it's what brings me income. You know what I'm saying? But because I'm doing singing telegrams, I'm not about to stop practicing piano, because I barely ever play piano for telegrams. I'm not about to stop hitting the gym. That's a part of my identity. And all of that is going to be required in the future of me being the biggest star in the world. I'm going to be on stage. I'm going to be on stage with my shirt off, playing piano. Then I'm getting off the piano. Then I'm going to the guitar. Then after the guitar, I'm doing a dance break. All that's required because that's who I am. That's my identity. And so life will have you distracted by things that bring immediate results, when in fact this is God giving you the time to prepare and perfect your craft for when that time comes for you to do your thing. You know what I'm saying? And so that is the vision. That is the word, and the goal is to protect the vision. And not only protect the vision from other people's distractions, your girlfriend, your friends, your family, not only to protect it from that, but to protect the vision from yourself. Because a lot of times I know me, I'm an empath, so I try to consider people that I interact with. I try to consider people in my life and my family. But a lot of times, it ain't even them. You worried about not spending time with them. You worried about not being there for them. But a lot of times, they believe in you and they already trust and know who you are. So they know that what you're doing requires a certain amount of discipline and focus. It's a part of who you are. And if they love you, which they probably do, they understand that. But us, we create scenarios, be like, dang, I ain't do this. I ain't take my mom out this long. I ain't go spend this time. I ain't do this with my girl. We create all these scenarios, these narratives that we just made up in our head by not protecting the vision. Protect the vision. Whatever you want to do, write down the steps that it takes for you to get that thing, to do that thing, and do those steps every day to get you where you want to get to. The only variable is time. But you got to speak in your mind. You got to know in your heart. And even if you have moments of doubt, you have to train yourself by speaking. The Bible tells us that life and death is in the power of the tongue. The Bible tells us that if we have this faith the size of a mustard seed, that we can so much as move a mountain. So that means that God has gifted us dominion in the earth. Not only just among the earth, but literally our tongue. God spoke and there was light. He spoke man into existence. He spoke. So as God has given us dominion, we can literally speak and make our reality. So when I speak and say that I am thankful that I make $23,000 a week effortlessly through high value opportunities that inspire me and excite me, I am speaking that reality. Because whatever reality you living in today is something that you spoke in the past. That was amazing. That was amazing what I just said. But it's the truth, bro. And so I'm thankful that I make $23,000 a week effortlessly through high value opportunities that inspire me and excite me. I'm thankful that I have over 200 million monthly Spotify listeners listening to music that I created, that I own the masters to, that I have the royalties to. I'm thankful. I'm thankful because whatever reality we're living in is based off of what we tell ourselves or what we've experienced or what we told ourselves. And whatever we experience is based off of what we say we will experience. So wherever you're living, whatever state you're living in now is because you spoke it and you thought it before today. That means if you start speaking and thinking where you desire and training your mind to believe that you deserve to live that life, then you will live that life. Because your mind and your body does not know the difference between real and the past or the future or whatever. Just like when you have a thought and your body, like an example, maybe I'm the only one who does this, but I doubt that I am. Have you ever visualized your funeral and be like, wondered who would come to your funeral? I know you have. Like if you died and you visualize who would come to your funeral and you be like, I wonder if this person would come. I know this person would be crying. I know this. I would try to, I would wonder who all would come. And in your brain, you are lamenting, you are visualizing, you done put yourself there, you done put yourself at your own funeral. You did that, and you start actually feeling that in your body. That's called visualization. I know it's another thing you did. You ever be in the shower and you be practicing an argument? You ever be in the shower and you think of somebody that you don't like or a situation that would have occurred, or you think of another scenario and think of what you would do in that situation, and now you in the shower cussing people out? Because you visualize and you done put yourself there. Your physical body is responding to the situation. Your facial expressions, you might have goosebumps because your mind does not know, your subconscious mind does not know the difference from you really being in an argument versus you being in the shower fighting the water. And so I say to myself, I am so thankful that I make $23,000 a week effortlessly through high value opportunities that inspire me and that excite me, because that's my reality and that's what I'm gonna live in. But that is my way of protecting the vision, because I'm still living life. I'm faced with so much every day, and a lot of what I'm faced with is internally in my mind. So the way I protect the vision is by using the gift that God has given me to speak dominion in the earth and say, I'm so thankful that I make $23,000 a week effortlessly through high value opportunities that inspire me and that excite me. I'm so thankful that I have 200 million monthly Spotify listeners. I'm thankful. So that's your piece of encouragement today. The only variable is time. And so I'm thankful that my reality is being lived and that I'm creating my reality based off the power that God has given me. So use what God gave you and speak life into yourself. Speak life into your vision and protect your vision. That's my episode for the day, y'all. I tune in. Make sure y'all subscribe. I tell y'all, you could comment, but make sure you subscribe. If you don't do nothing else, make sure you subscribe. Peace.